Hi guys, this is Dr. Boney. Last name pronounced Boney, not Bawani. It's okay, everybody messes it up. Welcome to BIO250. This video is for both sections 2H1 and 2W1. It'll show you everything you need to know and how to access everything. So the first thing you're going to do, your screen's going to look a little different than mine, but once you log into mydtcc.edu, you're going to go to courses and you're going to find your class. Of course, I have a little bit more than you do. So at this point right here, it's going to look kind of the same. So right now I have a student view. So this will be kind of what yours looks like. So the first thing you do, I know it's not very intuitive, but I didn't create D2L. You're going to go to content. And here under content, this is what you're going to see. So let's get a couple things straight about the class. Number one, this course is asynchronous. What that means is that there is no official time that we meet. A lot of the work is due in chunks, and you have plenty of time to do it. And I'm going to go over the exam days and how all that works. But my job here is, as you have questions, you email me and I answer them as you need to. I'm also going to have some Zoom exam reviews a few days before the exam, but otherwise you do this work at your own pace based on the schedule that I have. So this is how to run down the course. So the first thing you do is you want to take a look at the syllabus, and I'm not going to go over all this right now, but it tells you exactly kind of what you're going to learn. And man, that's a long list. Boy, glad I'm not in this class. Second thing, and by the way, right around here is going to be the video I'm showing you right now, but obviously I'm creating it so you don't see it. Second thing you want to look at is the course criteria, the evaluation form, and this is a pretty important document because this gives you the schedule. So if you look at this, it's everything from how you're graded, and you can see I have a lot of different ways I'm grading you, and all of the actual schedule here. So let's just tackle how you would do this. So here's what I would do. If you guys have a Google Calendar, whatever, paper calendar, I would take all these dates and put them in there. So the week of 1/11/21, your work is basically the course introduction, which I'm doing now, all of chapter 3 and the lab orientation assignment. And then next week is chapter 4 and lab 1. You get the idea. You're going to have assignments that I'm going to show you. There's an assignment for every chapter 3, 4, and 5. And all of those collectively are due January 31st. So the smart thing to do would be to work on chapter 3 the week of the 11th, work on chapter 4 the week of the 18th, work on chapter 5 the week of the 25th. And then the same thing for the labs. What you don't want to do, and I'm sure some of you unfortunately probably will, is you're going to wait till the very end and do all 3, 4, and 5 and all the assignments. The due date for all of the assignments, 3, 4, and 5, is January 31st at midnight. It's also the due date for the labs, the orientation, lab 1, lab 2. They're all due January 31st, and the reason why is your exam is going to be online, proctored, on February 1st. The only solid days of the entire schedule are the exams in green. This is the only day to take it. It's open from 12 midnight to 11:59 p.m. on the same day on 2/1. So those are important days. If you have to work, and you're going to be, these are days you may want to get off. So exam 1, as you can see, is the 1st, exam 2 is the 22nd, exam 3 is the 22nd of March, and the final last exam is April 26th. So that's how to follow this schedule. So what happens if you were super duper busy and you didn't get a chance to do all of your online assignments, your labs and all that? Well, you can see up here, anything that's late is 20% per day late. So, that's a pretty heavy toll, but I'm also giving you, by the way, if you can see here, basically 2 weeks to do those assignments. So if you are late, not a big deal, but every day you're late past the 31st is 20% off before any sort of wrong answers. Now, as far as the quizzes and the homeworks, so all homework, which is chapter 3, 4, and 5, you get to do those 3 times, and I take the highest grade. The quizzes you get once, and I take the grade of that one time. This is all online. So if you do the chapter 3 assignment and you don't like it, do it again. Chapter 4 assignment, you don't like it, do it again. But as far as the quiz, that is going to be about questions 3, 4, and 5, or chapters 3, 4, and 5, that you get one shot. and the quiz questions and the homework questions are directly related to the exam. This is not just extra work. You really want to learn these questions and know these questions because they're designed from the exam. So hopefully the schedule makes sense. This is kind of how you would organize this particular scenario here. So next thing I'm going to show you is the checklist of work. So if this is not super easy to understand, what else I did to make this easy is I have a minimum weekly checklist. So if you want to know exactly what you need to do this week to stay on schedule, here it is. And so obviously you're doing number 1 already. You're watching the course orientation video. The next thing it says to do is to register for Connect by clicking on Assignment 3 under Chapter Assignments. So basically what you would do is if you go under Chapter Assignments, and if you click on Chapter 3, it's automatically going to, and you hit launch, I'm not going to do it right now, it's going to take you directly to McGraw-Hill's site where you're going to register. You're going to put in an email, doesn't matter to me which one, and then at some point along the line it's going to ask you for, hey, where's the code? So if you bought this from the bookstore, there was a scratch-off code to give access. You would put that in there. If you want the cheapest, the absolute cheapest thing possible for this course, that would be to do exactly what I showed you, which is go to Chapter 3, hit launch, go into McGraw-Hill. It says, hey, if you don't have a code, that's okay. You can buy access to this course in here. And I think it's like $90. It includes access to all the assignments, all the quizzes, all the lab activities, and the exams. You're going to take your exams through here. And it's for something like around $90. It also includes the, pardon me, an ebook of the textbook. That is the absolute cheapest way to do this. However, if you get financial aid for Delaware Tech, you might as well get the full book itself. So you're going to go ahead and just Chapter 3 and you're going to register. Now, this is very important. Once you get into it, McGraw-Hill, it's going to look something like this. Do not touch any of these things in McGraw-Hill. You do all of your assignments through here, through D2L. And the reason why is it will sync up the grades. So, just to be clear, if I'm following my minimum checklist, I'm going to register for Connect the way I showed you. Second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sign up for Edpuzzle. And so as we can see here, sign up for Edpuzzle is next. I'm going to go under Start here. And of course the course orientation videos that you're watching now. You're going to hit link to Edpuzzle online lecture videos. And you're going to click this. And you're going to go to this link. And you are going to just put in a username and a password. And you are going to register for my class. Now, that once you're in that, get out of Edpuzzle after you've registered. It's totally free. And what those are is those are lecture videos. Okay, so if we go back now to our list of kind of where we are in the minimum checklist, then it says review the syllabus, course outline. I did that. Then you're going to start the information. So where do you actually find all of your, oh, by the way, real quick, the virtual support centers here. So if you need help with anything else related to computers or something's not working or registration, you go there. So now you're ready to actually begin the learning part. So you hit learning materials and you are going to see here exam 1's the only one that you can actually access. So you want to know what's on the exam? It's not a secret. So this is the exam study guide. This is literally all the questions on the exam, maybe minus 1 or 2. Everything in black is part of the multiple choice part. Everything in red is part of the longer questions that are either a little more difficult or involve you to type an answer. A little bit more points basically is the ones in red. So from that point, what you're going to do if you're going to go down to Chapter 3 is here is the actual PowerPoint. And you can look at it that way. Or you can go up here and download it. You can put it into your Google Drive, whatever you want to do. There's the download. That's everything on Chapter 3. Now, you know, I don't believe in just giving you a chapter and say, hey, go read it. So what else I've done is these down here are the actual Edpuzzle lectures that I made. How to use a compound microscope. More on the microscope. Aseptic technique, selective and differential. These are all lecture videos that have embedded activities in them. So let me just kind of show you one real quick. And by the way, I'm going directly to Edpuzzle for this. But when you open up that first assignment, for example, the one is how to use a compound microscope, and you open it up in here, actually I can probably do it in here for you. There you go. I just make it full screen, and as I click this, you'll see that, oh, there's me, and oh, there I am. What a dorky looking dude, right? And there's the video, and as I go along, you'll notice, by the way, that it's not letting me fast forward. Okay? So the reason it's not letting me fast forward is that I made these so that you can't fast forward the videos, okay? But what's going to happen, and this view is me as a teacher, is that when you get to these little dots down here, you're going to see, right, as I get these little dots down here, let's see what happens. Boom, right in the middle of this lecture video, I ask you an actual question. And you're going to pick the right or the wrong answer. I'm just going to randomly pick this one, and it's going to tell you instantly, oh, got that one wrong. So, Edpuzzle, by the way, is not graded. This is like what I would be covering if I was, lecturing you in class. So all of these things down here are all rather short. They're about, 4 to 7 minutes. Lecture videos with embedded questions. And if any of them are open-ended, I'll grade them typically before the exam. So your job literally is just go down the list. These are the major ones for Chapter 3. So what would I do? I'd pull out the chapter, the PowerPoint. I would do all these assignments. I would then go and say, okay, I think I'm ready to do the Chapter 3 homework assignment. So if we look down here, we have chapter assignments. So here's the one for Chapter 3. And now, of course, it's going to bring you right to McGraw-Hill from here. And you are going to answer a series of questions. They're going to be questions you're going to see on the test, the content. If you like your grade, great, keep it. If you don't, do it again. So you're going to repeat that for Chapters 3. Here's all the ones for Chapter 4, and here's all the ones for Chapter 5. Again, here are the assignments for Chapter 4 and Chapter 5, and once you finish those, you're going to go ahead and do the online quiz for Chapter 3, 4, and 5. So this system I'm showing you is going to repeat. This is basically a unit. This is everything you need to know for Exam 1. So I'm going to be opening everything up in big chunks. And so if we take a look at our minimum weekly checklist, review the syllabus, complete the embedded Edpuzzles, which I just showed you, complete the Chapter 3 assignment in D2L. Again, do not go here to McGraw-Hill. Do all of this work in D2L. And then under lab assignments, you're going to complete the lab. So once I turn the lab assignments on, which is not on yet, but you'll see a thing under here called lab assignments. You're going to go down, it'll be down here, it'll be lab assignments. You go there and you do the labs. The labs, by the way, are very interactive. They are labs that involve the point of view. So you're literally picking up vials and you're mixing things and you're actually doing activities. So all of it is there. So hopefully you I know it's a longer video. It's the longest one I make. It's 13 minutes. But it'll give you a sense of exactly what the course is about. So if you have any questions, you can email me here. Let me go ahead and give you my instructor information. There we go. Email is mboney@dtcc.edu. And as soon as I open the course, which will be on the 10th, a little day early, you can begin the work. Again, this is asynchronous. And I will be sending you an email for when I'm going to do a Zoom for the exam review. It'll probably be a few days before the exam. If you have any technical questions, be sure to contact me. Otherwise, get ready, because here we go.